My nipples don't look too bad on camera. No, it's like this. Welcome to, friends, to episode 69 of the Strobing Butt Plug.
Nice.
Today, we are your hosts.
Ariana.
Dr. Furter?
Magenta.
And Rocky.
Shut up, Rocky doesn't talk.
I know. I can't host, but I have to host. Today is our special 69th episode, so we are all hosts, and all beers are Mysterious Beerious. That's right.
So, who wants to go first for whipping it out? You've already whipped yours out.
I whipped mine out. I'm like naked, but not naked.
Okay, I'm gonna leave these on so I can actually see what the fuck I'm doing.
Ronald Furter.
Dr. Frankenfurter got old and has to wear glasses now.
The
Right.
doctor,
It did come out in, 1975 or something?
Yeah.
Tim Curry's still around. He had a freaking stroke, in the last 2 years. And,
right, that is true. From there, I thought he was dead, but...
I've seen pictures of him, in a wheelchair signing autographs and shit.
Yes.
So he's gotta be old as fuck by now. How old is he?
80s? Easy? 70s or 80s?
I'm thinking 70s.
So I think when he did Rocky, he was 24 or so.
Whoops. What the fucking
That's some chick.
So, welcome to episode 69 of the Strobing Butt Plug, the Rocky Horror Picture Show themed episode where it still counts as a Halloween episode.
Absolutely, we're in costume.
And I keep getting distracted by...
76.
Okay. Keep getting distracted by the off-angled nipples there in the hairy swimsuit that is as hairy as my real chest.
I know, when you came in today and you had this, I was like, dude, looks just like me.
Twinsies!
So weird. My hair's off. There we go. Oh, yeah, that's the stuff.
So, who wants to go first for Mysterious?
Let's drink mine first because I didn't go beer shopping like I was planning to because I completely forgot about it.
I barely made it to find anything. And I was very fortunate that the little beer shop in Piqua had something that looked interesting.
So, which one? Mine was the...
Which was
the orange one.
Yeah, I was going to say, yours is the...
Missy's is going last because it's the Dos Equis and that's the tradition.
Sweet.
Okay.
Mine's a really good one, too. I feel like it's a flavor that is unique to what we've had before. I mean, part of it's, your average, a lot of beers are this flavor, and then... Don't look, motherfucker. And then, part of the flavor.
I'm just channeling Frank.
Part of the flavor is something I've only had one other time, and it was absolutely shitty because it wasn't really a beer. It was it was a malt liquor beverage, and it just was not good.
Are you hard pouring to get the bubbles out?
No.
I do that anymore. Once I learned that, I was like, oh.
Missy got fucked.
Missy got fucked.
I'm bad at pouring, apparently.
But when you get all that head, it is a little hard.
We got some head. Lots of head. Okay, you're going to have no problem guessing this.
Sweet.
Well, I'm going to take this off while I use that to not drop the glass. Smells like a beer.
Mm-hmm. This does smell like a beer.
Smells like a beer.
It smells bready.
IPA.
Tastes like an
I was
IPA.
going to say it tastes like head. It does taste like an IPA.
Does it taste like head or IPA? Or does that IPA taste like getting head? Giving head?
Getting head doesn't taste like anything. I've never had any taste in my mouth. How about you?
Well,
From getting head?
Yeah. Because that's
depends
what
what
Ron
I've done.
said.
Depends
Does
what I've done
it taste
beforehand.
like getting head?
Depends what I've done beforehand.
Right.
So, for conversation starters to make things fun, I'm wearing Miss Frances's freaking
Yes.
her freaking corset.
I love it. He's wearing his girlfriend's lingerie. And he
Yeah.
got pissed today because he lost his fucking tights.
I had some sexy tights that looked all nice, and now instead I have hairy, gross man leg. I can't be a good Frankenfurter this way. I found one, but not the
shaved
other.
your legs.
That would have been amazing.
Oh my god, dude!
That would have been
after this
His
particular
dog
podcast.
had to call the plumber while we were gone.
So, after this podcast,
Did you fucking flush a dog down there?
I'm not shaving my face anymore. I'm growing the beard back. Because it's every time we've had a recording or I've been, something, it's there's just a start of something that might be a beard. And it's that's going to not look good. Okay.
That's good stuff.
So are we ready? Because you guys all guessed it. It's an IPA.
It's an IPA.
Who knew? Clown Shoes.
I
Galactica West Coast IPA. Hoppy Piney, brewed and canned by Clown Shoes in Boston, Massachusetts and Windsor, Vermont.
It's funny because I saw the top of the can, but I didn't read it. But I'm like, that looks like the top of a Clown Shoes can.
Oh, it's employee owned. Isn't that cool? 8%.
Hell yeah.
Beer without pretension. Let's see. We humbly bow before our happy heroine, Galactica, keeper of intergalactic peace. She comes from a time before there was juicy and hazy, when the IPA universe was balanced. Galaxy hops take center stage here, creating an astral symmetry of resiny bitterness with notes of passion fruit and citrus.
It's not a bad IPA. It's definitely an IPA, but not a bad one.
A tribute to the left coast of the galaxy. Galactica is the right choice for any multiverse. I mean, it tastes like an IPA.
That's right. I mean, it doesn't taste horrible for an IPA because it's sitting on your skirt. Yeah. Don't touch her.
Back up.
I will touch whoever I want. I am the doctor. I'm Dr. Frankenfurter.
But anyway.
Missy,
So.
Thank you.
I was talking to Logan. Of course, this is a Logan story. He's so funny. So, you know, when he goes out with his friends and his brother and, like, they go to a Dollar General or they go to the Walmart or something, he always has a little bit of money with him and he'll buy something, not necessarily stupid, but he'll just be like, I'm going to buy this. I love this shit. And
okay,
so
I can't bend over to rinse that with this thing on.
He bought himself a half a gallon of...
Screwdriver? I did that once.
No. Well, I mean, he had the same outcome. But anyway, so he bought himself a half a gallon of apple cider. He's like, Mom, did you know if you drink a whole half gallon of apple cider, you poop water? I was like, well, maybe you should stop doing that shit.
Yeah, remember.
Peed out of my butt.
That's what I asked. I said, did you totally pee out of your butt? He was like, yeah.
So I remember, like, senior year, New Year's, I had April buy this cheap shit half-gallon jug of pre-mixed screwdriver from, like, some dive-ass liquor store in Richmond. And I drank that shit. I swear I was still drunk like a day and a half later.
Screwdriver. That shit's nasty on your gut.
And I remember because it was like a Saturday I drank that shit. I felt hungover all day Sunday. Went to school that following Monday and was still kind of hungover. I remember drinking a bunch of water and started feeling drunk again.
Jesus.
And like running to the bathroom and puking up screwdriver again. And I was like, how the fuck is that still in there after all this time?
That's good stuff.
Ironically, I was probably drinking at a Rocky Horror Picture Show Saturday night.
Yeah, probably. No, but then so he was telling me how he was telling his friends that he's like, guess what I'm going to do, guys? And he said that he's obviously not going to do this, but he said he was going to buy a whole gallon and drink a whole gallon and turn the hallways at school into a slip and slide. And then he's like, or else I'm going to sit on a chair with wheels and use it as rocket power.
Oh, man. A rectal rocket. Rectal rocket, go!
And it's just really funny. I was like, yeah, well, I mean, that's the type of shit we would have been saying. We fucking say that shit now. And I'm like, did your friends think it was funny? He was like, yeah. And I was like, do your friends say that kind of shit? He's like, yeah, sometimes. I was like, okay, cool. That's good. You're all fine. Like, nobody knows. Right, you're normal. It's great.
No problem.
I mean, you're talking about pissing out your ass at school. It's like normal shit. It's cool. I guess he's doing what all the cool kids are doing.
Pissing out their ass is cool in school, man. Well, talking about kid shit, last week, my dear darling daughter got herself a detention.
Oh, I think I say a job.
No. There's a whole thing to this.
Okay.
She got herself a detention because she, a few weeks ago, landed herself like an internship volunteer thing at the Schuster Center down in Dayton, ushering people, just ushering. Couple times a month. This day in school, she got an email from the people at Dayton Live saying, hey, your name's too long to fit on the badge. Can you please give us a nickname? Give us a shorter name. She pulled her phone out and was responding to this email in class. And one of her teachers, who was a quackwaffle, was all, hey, fuck you, put your phone away. She told her teacher no and got a detention. That day that she got a detention was a really crappy day for her. Exactly. Real shitty, like that part. And basically... God
damn it, come on, man.
The doctor's always prepared. Yeah, she freaking got herself a detention, got pissed off. She has like this free period at the end of the day. It's supposed to be for kids that have jobs to, leave and go to their jobs. Well, she doesn't have a job, so they made her go and have a study hall now. Because she used to just chill out till the bus came. They told her she couldn't do that anymore the same day. And that same fucking day, there's an Italian restaurant in town a few blocks in the house called Three Joe's. Same fucking day, she got mad, walked over to Three Joe's, got and filled out and turned in an application for a dishwasher. The next day had an interview, and then Saturday they told her she was hired.
It's good stuff.
And she got all pissed off. Today is her first day of work. I didn't see... Usually Mondays after school, she comes home and dies. I talked to her briefly. She had to be there at 4. She did not have time for a nap. She has spent this entire time at work washing dishes. And she'll be off at 9. So at 9, I'm going to get an awesome phone call from her, just probably dead to the world. And she's going to be real tired, and not this teenager tired kind of shit. It's super exciting.
That's good stuff.
That is exciting.
Though, I just don't think... I mean, she might be excited, so she might not be real tired, because I swear, when I was working at LJ's, I was never real tired. I enjoyed... Like, I would go to work, hang out with you guys, play pool and shit. I would go to school, then hang out with you guys, play pool and shit. And then, I'd start my shift at 5:30 or whatever. And then I would be off at 9:30, 10 o'clock. I wasn't super tired. I was just always I liked my cool, whatever.
Well then.
Yeah.
Yes, I did a little Snapchat video of myself. And Snapchat's like, the fuck, dude?
That's great.
Just the fuck.
Yeah.
So
what am I getting? I'm just going to see what this is real quick. It might be Jake. It is. Okay. There we go. That's just him responding. Nothing cool about that.
Yeah. So what's up with you, Miss Ariana?
Nothing.
It's like nothing. Fuck you guys. Fuck you guys. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck. No one's cool. Not me. Not ever.
Fuck you. Fuck you. You're cool. Fuck you. I'm out.
Dude, we just did this shit a few days ago, so it's nothing's really happening.
Right.
So.
You guys went out to a comedy show or something, didn't you?
We even said that. We're like, well, we don't have anything to talk about.
But it was nothing exciting happened. We just went to a comedy show. And
right.
We'll talk about it.
It was funny.
Well, there was 3 comedians. The first guy was a black guy, and he's like, oh my god, the whole audience, you guys are totally white. And, they're funny jokes, and it's jokes that you would expect in a white audience with a black dude, because he probably knows, his venue and whatever, and he knows it's going to be mostly white people. And then they made fun of the mall town because it was the green out in Beaver Creek, because it's a little mall town, but people actually live in the fucking mall town. And then they had the chick that was really cool. She made jokes about mental health, but they were good jokes. She didn't make fun of mental health.
Her name was Mary Santora, and she was fucking hilarious.
She was funny. She was really funny.
She was funny.
And then we had Chris Porter, which he was really funny.
I liked him. I always liked him.
But then it was
Voodoo Ranger, by the way, not Mysterious, not official review beer, but hey, Voodoo Ranger.
That's pretty good for an IPA, actually.
It's Juicy Haze IPA. Very good.
But
yummy.
Yeah. But I don't know if it was just me being me, and it's I'm sitting here in one spot and it's all cramped, and it's
tired.
Right, and it's did he lose funniness the last 15 minutes, or was it just me? I think it was probably me being I need to be up moving around, I need to do something, I've been sitting here for a while.
I get that.
And it's just damn it.
I get that too. I get more energetic once I stand up and start moving around.
Right.
If I'm sitting there for a long time, I kind of get
Sitting in one spot always makes me tired and shit.
Yeah, that's my whole job, and there's a lot of days where I have to just get up and walk around because of that very fucking problem.
I don't know that I would be able to do a sit-down job. I would be falling asleep.
There's a reason I'm so fucking fat. Literally, it's got to be that.
I would just fall asleep. It wouldn't just be that I'd be getting fat. It'd be like, I wouldn't be able to function.
Well,
maybe it's not your sit-down job. Maybe it's your lack of exercise and the fact that you eat too much.
It's probably all of that. It's probably all that. As far as the
does everyone you work with, are they fat? Every single last person?
Damn near.
Unless they're like, are the ones that aren't fat like 20-something?
There's a lot of them that way.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean,
there you go. Okay, so it's old and fat.
Oh man, speaking of work shit, over the weekend, like I visited my mom and Sarah visited her mom.
Yikes! That's what I did too.
But
this feels so weird too.
And I'm a fucking maid, so I should be cleaning that shit up, right?
That's right. You clean that up. Lick it, bitch.
Like it's about you get to it.
Even though that's not a Rocky phrase, because he doesn't talk.
He doesn't. He doesn't. Like Rocky didn't talk because the actor they'd hired to play Rocky couldn't act for shit.
That's great.
In the stage play version, Rocky does have lines.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've never seen the stage play version, but Rocky does have lines. The guy that they hired to play Rocky for the movie was literally like the buffest, prettiest dude they could fucking find, like just professional bodybuilder, and he couldn't act for shit. So basically, like, yeah, you're not gonna have any lines. Shut the fuck up.
That's great.
Like the Sword of Damocles song that he sings,
yes,
is actually somebody else lip syncing over top of it.
Right.
Or
him lip syncing over top of somebody else's.
Yeah. But that was definitely a thing. But
that's funny.
So when I went and visited my mom, one of the reasons we went down, my mom was watering plants, fell down and broke her freaking wrist.
Yes.
And Serendipity and I signed her cast.
Did you draw boobs on it?
No.
I saw your picture. I know you didn't draw boobs on it, but it would have been great if you did.
Yeah, I drew cats and I said Ron was here. Sarah drew a cat and said Sarah was here too. Nobody else wanted to sign her cast or thought it was cool or cute. I'm like, come on, guys. Come on.
Just put your name on it. Like, why the hell not?
Did your mom want you to sign her cast?
She was all excited about it because she didn't even think about it.
That's funny.
It was like, come on, guys. You know.
Lame.
I didn't have anybody sign my cast when I broke my wrist wrecking my four-wheeler. I wish I would have. But, like, you know, I really didn't have anybody to sign my cast. It would have been, like, Larry and my parents and Larry's parents. Like, it's like my kids, well, Logan wasn't even born yet. So I had Jake. Jake wouldn't have been able to sign my cast.
I remember when you broke your ankle.
And everybody wanted to sign my cast. That was cool. Like, it sucked that I broke my ankle, but it was really cool having everybody like, can I sign your cast? And then, like, I had to bring in markers, and, like, you know, we had to get markers because I didn't really know that everybody wanted to sign my cast, and I hated it because they gave me a pink cast, and I fucking hated the color pink, so I was, like, wrapped the ace bandage around it, and I think the first people wanted to sign my cast were, like, Matt Brookie and Dan Crowley, and I was like, yeah, and then I took it off, and I was, like, all self-conscious, and I was like, nothing about the pink. It was just everybody signed it. And then it was cool because it didn't look so pink anymore. Because I had people's names all the fuck all over.
My mom's favorite color is purple, and they asked her, and she had hers purple.
They didn't even ask you? They just like, here's pink fucking cat.
Yeah, the dude was like, I got a surprise for you, pink. Do you like pink? And he already had it open and shit. And for, you know, I was
you were like, no.
I was 10 years old, so I felt obligated. But, you know, I was like,
like,
you already got that out.
You're a girl. You got to like pink.
Right, you know, and I was just kind of like, you know, had I been any other age, I probably would have been like, that's an ugly color, dude. What the fuck?
Worst color ever.
Right. Anymore, they, like, ask you, like, the colors that you want. And it's like, you know, when I broke this, even though I was a fucking adult, they're like, what color cast you want? I was like, fucking orange, man. And then when I broke this wrist, and I didn't have a cast, but I had, like, the brace and, like...
God damn, what are you doing?
Wrecked a four-wheeler and wrecked my rollerblades. And then jumped down the stairs, broke my ankle. For first second back to school, you said, what'd you do, jump off your roof? I remember that. I totally remember you doing that.
Are we ready for number 2?
Yes. Yeah. But no, they asked me what color of splint I wanted, and, like, I got a green one, and then there was another part to it that they had to make, and they're like, well, what color do you want for that? And then, like, I was able to choose a different color, and I was like, fuck yeah, man, it was like, yeah, it was the pad and the splint. It was really awesome because I was, like, able to custom it, and, you know, it was really cool. And I was like, fuck yeah, man.
What'd you do? Jump off your roof? That sounds like something
I did. Right.
You used to do that.
Or maybe you thought I fell off my roof or something. I think that's what it was. You're like, what'd you do? Fall off the roof? Because I always used to climb out on the roof. I learned that I can do that. And I was like, yeah, man, this is fucking awesome.
We spent so many fun nights out on that roof.
We would do we're always smoking our fucking cigarettes. And then
Your parents had to know we were out there.
No,
I can't believe
I bet they didn't.
They have a fan going or something.
No, probably both fucking snoring shit.
Don't. So, like, the best part about this is I bought it based off of one word on the can. I didn't even look at the name.
That's great.
Cool.
But then, no, I remember we had a bunch of cereal we were eating up in my room, like dry cereal. And then, like, we opened the top of the thing, we were spitting it onto the roof. I don't know why the fuck we were doing that. And it was cold as fuck out. And it was on there forever because it froze to the roof. It was like chewed up life cereal, I think, that was just like on the roof.
Probably, because we used to do like ice cream with life cereal.
Hell yeah,
oh
that
my god,
fucking
dude.
good. Vanilla ice cream with the cinnamon life. And I just remember for the longest time it was there, and I'm like, oh, that's gonna be there forever, and I'm gonna get in trouble. And then it just ended up like getting warm. It wasn't frozen anymore, and it was, a few hard rains, it was gone. It's cool,
Apparently the doctor.
Dude, I've done that since we've been adults. I did the ice cream.
I think I've done that before.
Apparently, Dr. Frankenfurter's good at giving head.
Hey,
is this all we get?
No, there's most of a can still in here. Missy's got a little bit more. We do. I'm just waiting for it to settle down. So, yes.
Maple.
Oh fuck yeah, it's maple.
Ooh,
god damn, it
that's
smells
really
delicious,
good too.
Man.
The last maple I had was really fucking disappointing. That was like the Fig Leaf Brewery that I absolutely hated. Everything was very astringent. It was cheap. Everything, food was cheap. Brew was cheap. But all the beers were super astringent, and most of them tasted like old lady soap.
The beer store down the street from my house, it's a crapshoot if you're going to get like either.
Is it the Dollar General liquor store?
Yes,
that's what I thought.
When I first
calls it the beer store. It's a Dollar General.
When I first moved there, they had a state liquor license. They would sell Jack Daniels, Jim Beam, all the good shit. And then Kroger's opened up a liquor store, and they lost it to Kroger's. So they kind of pivoted to like the cheap, we'll call it well liquor, and have tried to become a craft beer place. The problem is with the neighborhood, most of the people just want like, Busch, Bud, and hell with it.
I didn't realize that place was still there because I thought because of Kroger, I thought that they didn't do that, didn't have it there anymore.
The only reason I noticed it is because I went to Dollar General sometimes.
So you saw maple. I'm feeling that that's the word you saw. Maple, not the word you saw.
Nope.
And you probably saw something that said nerd or something nerdy.
No.
The Transformer.
No.
I wouldn't even associate Transformer.
I'm not picking up on the flavor that I saw, but.
Right? Pancake, waffle.
Yeah, it was it's breakfast.
Breakfast.
It's breakfast.
Wow. It's probably like blue waffle.
I saw the words blue waffle.
Breakfast ale. Fudgy. Fretboard Brewing Company Breakfast Ale. Fudgy.
Well, you got a good fretboard.
Yeah.
Done a fretboard.
I don't think we have either. I may have had a fretboard from Zach, but
I never even heard of fretboard.
That's the Cincy area, I do believe. Mason? Is it Mason?
I think so. It's 8.1%. But yeah, I saw this. I was like, I saw fudgy. I'm like, ooh, it's going to be a good chocolatey fudgy kind of a thing. That'd be perfect.
Maybe it's.
I would call that Fuji.
Me too. I was going to say that Fuji.
Like the Fujis.
Yeah.
I don't know. So I went to Spirit Halloween yesterday because I had I needed an apron and a wig for this costume. And I went to Spirit Halloween and I'm walking through and I didn't really find the shit that I wanted in there. But I'm standing there and the fucking song MMMBop starts playing. And I'm like, am I in hell?
Yes, yes you are.
Did I die and this is hell?
Yes, demons find many creative ways to torture.
Because that was some fucked up weird
it'd be
parallel dimension something or other happening. And I'm like, this is totally does not match the place that I'm in at all.
Right.
It'd be like going to hell and the only thing playing it forever is the Barney song.
Oh my god, that would be hell.
What was it?
No.
What was it
not.
Dude, they used to at one point when we were first getting into Afghanistan or Iraq, they used to torture the prisoners by playing shit like that at basically max volume in their cells for hours at a time. So just picture being trapped in a cell by your enemies, and they're constantly playing bop, bop.
I don't know though, the Barney song, I might be able to tune it out because my little sister watched Barney every fucking day. Every day.
There was this, yeah, and she was like way too old to be watching.
She was like 12 or 13 and she was still
I
watching.
love
Right.
And like,
you love me. Let's hang Barney.
it was
on a
constant.
tree.
It was Barney and Mrs. Doubtfire.
Oh God.
All the time.
So there was like our niece Lily. She would always watch this stupid Barney show. Well, it was like a particular one that she would be watching over at Larry and Cheryl's house, and it was like there was some stupid song where there's like the raindrops do and it's they're singing about rain or something stupid like that, I think. And then like,
Oh, you know what we forgot to do?
rate the last one.
What was what was the first one for you
I
guys?
feel like it was a 2.5.
I think it was a decent IPA.
I'm
We
not
got a
an
3.5.
IPA fan. That's a
3.5 was a decent IPA. We drank it first. We drank it appropriately, and that was one that was best cold as it could be.
69.
69.
69, nice.
Okay. IPA.
3.5.
Missy said 2.5.
Yes.
Ariana says also 2.5. Ron says 3.5.
Yes.
Yeah.
So then anyway, with that, like, Larry always, he still does to this day. Like he's walking around the house, and I used to tell him shut up when he would do it. I'd be like, dude, shut up. And he'd be like, what? Be like, you're fucking singing it again. Now I just even ignore him. Like, it's like, why even tell him to shut up?
So, what do we think of the fretboard here? Because it's a hell of a lot,
I don't like
hell of a lot better than the Misk IPA.
I like it a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I
Go ahead.
think a 4.
I was thinking 4 too.
Yeah. It's funny because based off of the flavor, because got all that maple in there and all that caramel kind of a flavor, my brain says this should be a lot thicker than it is, like a big thick stout.
Right. I kind of, I like the change up where it's not thick, but it has that really, like, not a super sweet, but it's not a super beer flavor.
It's almost watery in texture. It's not a bad thing. It's just different for what I usually, because usually we get this kind of flavor. It's a motor oil thick.
Yeah. It's really good. I like it.
Here, we have more.
Oh, well, sweet.
Because I brought 2 cans, because I didn't know what kind of talls or shorts.
Shit. I'll just pour a little bit in there. There you go. I was going to take some, and then Ron can have some. Or Ariana can take it all.
No, I didn't take it all. Ron gypped me because I got so much head.
That's right.
I gave good head though, baby.
Ron gave me all kinds of head, yo. So, what are we doing this weekend, Ron?
Well, the lovely Ariana, myself, and Miss Frances are going to take a field trip. We're going to go 3 fucking hours, because why not, to Akron, Ohio, with 2 goals in mind. The first goal, because I've wanted to do it for fucking ever, and I don't hear anybody complaining, we're going to go to Arshay Brewing in person, finally. And it will be fucking lovely, because Arshay does everything good.
I'm that excited.
I'm sad. I'm sad that I don't get to go, but it's okay.
And
I'll
then,
go someday.
and then afterwards, we have tickets to see Evil Dead, the musical. I was going to see it in Columbus, but the tickets for the day I wanted to see it sold out. And I saw they were doing it in Akron. I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. Why not? Evil Dead, the musical. We're not going to be sitting close enough, sadly, to be in the splatter zone. Yes. A couple of my friends went to see it last weekend, and they were in like the first 2 or 3 rows, both wearing ponchos.
That's great.
So
it's basically like a gore concert.
Kinda, but so essentially take the Evil Dead movie and turn it into a musical. There's like parts of him singing about cutting his hand off and, talking about his girlfriend dying and becoming a zombie and having to chop her up. And when they chop them up, there's blood splattering everywhere. And it sounds fun as shit. Classy, super high class cinema.
Are you being like sarcastic?
No, this is going to be fun as shit. It'll be like when I went and saw Avenue Q years ago.
Okay, that sounds funny.
Avenue Q was the fucking shit too. That was probably the last, quote, Broadway play thing. I know it was one of the last things I did with X, with the Pope there. But basically Avenue Q was is it what? Not the Schuster Center, but it was in the Victoria, the smaller one. It was a bunch of Muppets singing about porn and things.
Yeah.
Avenue Q is where this famous song, The Internet is for Porn, came from.
That's hilarious.
Is that a cat or is that like a possum out there?
I think it's a cat. No, is that a raccoon?
No, that's a possum.
Is it a possum?
That's a possum.
It is a possum.
That's awesome.
Great. It's the.
Put your glasses back on for a second.
Because he's gonna be like, that is so fucking hot.
It is, but if like you had like a slightly shorter wig, you could go as like Janine from Ghostbusters.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say
awesome.
that.
Yeah, you could do that.
It's funny because in the reflection, it's just the tail looks really thick and bushy. I don't know. It's my camera is in the way on the reflection.
I had a raccoon out there last night. He made all kinds of noise. I'm like, what the fuck's going on out there? So I walked out and he's just like looks up at me because I looked out the window and he like looks up at me and just keeps eating. So I open the door and I'm like, what do you think you're doing? And then he's like, and he turned around and ran.
That's great.
Man, talking about that, I finally in my South Park rewatch have gotten to the Coon and Friends episode with Cartman as the coon.
That's fair. That's part of the. That's part. No, I have not seen those. I don't think, but isn't that part of one of the games?
Yes.
Yes, because that's
Basically, the first one, like the season before that, Cartman dressed up as the coon and Kenny dressed up as Mysterion.
Yes.
And they decided to bring them back for the following season. The episode has BP drilling into different things and fucking up and opening an interdimensional portal and summoning Cthulhu.
That's great.
And at some point, Cartman, dressed as the coon, so like a raccoon-themed superhero, goes and makes best friends with Cthulhu and is just having him go around the world destroying everything.
That's awesome.
And they finally reveal the secret of why Kenny never dies and why Kenny always comes back.
Oh, well, that's cool. Because it goes to the portal all the time.
No, basically, Kenny's mom and dad, like, when they were way younger, like 10 years ago, you know, because he's like a 10-year-old.
Right.
Used to go to Call of Cthulhu meetings because they had free beer.
That's great.
And they did some ritual where Kenny can never die. Basically, you know, you kill Kenny, and the next morning he just wakes up in his bed like nothing ever happened in his clothes.
That's pretty awesome.
And they explain it all how it works.
Like Groundhog Day?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
But it's kind of like...
And like, at one point in the episode, they have Kenny dressed as Mysterion, just bitching about it, how nobody ever fucking remembers how he always dies and wakes up. Everybody thinks it's bullshit. And then, like, later in the episode, he gets stabbed to death and killed by the Cthulhu cultists, wakes up in his clothes, and everybody just walks past the room. Come on, Kenny, what the hell are you doing in bed? Get up, you lazy ass. We gotta fight those guys. The ones that just killed him.
That's great. But, that possum, when it turns its face, it looks like the angry cat face. And it's, like, really pissing me off because it looks like it has no snout. And every time it turns, I'm like, I really want to see this possum. It's, like, all cool and shit. I want to pet him and say hi to him.
You probably pet him.
I probably could, but I'm also afraid it would, like, turn around and bite me.
They don't really bite. I don't think.
Possums? I mean, you're not going to get rabies from it. Their body temperature is too low for them to get rabies.
Oh, true. Could become, like...
They usually just hiss and, like, freeze.
They're supposed to be, they call it playing possum for a reason.
Right.
They did. But I was out there one day, like, it scared the shit out of me because I didn't see it, and I was, like, walking outside, and I opened the door, and, like, like, jumped and, like, knocked all the bowls over and shit. It scared the fucking hell out of me.
That would be scary.
And then,
so cute.
I know he is cute. And then,
his face.
Yeah, and then he just kind of stood there like this. Like, he didn't like, you know, like, roll over like he was dead or anything. He just stood there, like, and froze.
Well, you know, it's one of those fight or flight things, and in theory, if you're hiding in a bunch of bushes trying to not be detected, if you don't know if you've been seen, the best response would be just freeze, and it'll go away because it doesn't go there. Versus trying to run away.
Flags usually have to detect movement. I kind of want to go knock on that window.
That bitch better not get in my fucking cat shop.
Oh, yeah. We're going to play possum here.
That's okay. I'm going to adjust my junk off camera.
Oh, let's see.
And this episode 69 is where Missy got gored dressed as Rocky. And this episode, Missy got the shit ripped out of her while dressed as Rocky. And then we can just say it's that scene where Magenta released the dogs.
Yeah, there you go.
Instead of dogs.
arms.
Magenta, release your sisters.
He ran away. Sad.
Sad.
It wasn't really too sad. He just ran away.
This wig is actually better than I thought it was going to be for this costume, because I was looking for something curly, and all I could find was like a red fro, like the chick on Dazed and Confused, or this, basically, or longer.
I'll state that this one is a hell of a lot more comfortable than the Queen wig was. The Queen wig, for some reason, kept wanting to pop off my head. I don't know if it's a size or a shape thing, but this is just way the fuck easier to wear.
There's something about that. I'm trying to figure out who you look like wearing that. It looks really funny.
He does pull off Frankenfurter pretty well.
Yeah.
You know, like after he's aged 20 years.
Frankenfurter, if he didn't get killed at the end, and became a fat old queen.
He's definitely not hairy, though. Like Tim Curry.
I mean, if I was going to be in a movie, I would definitely shave my shit for every single scene.
He would have to shave between every single scene because it would grow back that fast.
Like, you would have to wax Ronald.
Right.
Bitch, this is 2022. I'm getting laser and electrolysis.
That would be nice.
That would be hilarious.
And then I'll never have to worry about hair again.
I would love that for myself.
You're like, I would love that for me.
I was like, right. I'm kind of like,
No.
you want him? He wants, dude. You might get laid, bro.
Sweet! I just go get all the hair laser blasted off every inch of my ass and body. And Ariana's like, what the fuck, dude? You should have left the eyebrows.
That's probably true. I have a thing for eyebrows.
Eyebrows, they just turn me on.
In that case.
I have a thing for good eyebrows.
Good eyebrows are nice.
You know,
but not monobrows.
No, I don't like the monobrows, but some good thick eyebrows that aren't like the caterpillar thick.
Yeah.
You know, like the old man that like are this fucking long thick. Good eyebrows are good.
Ron, you need to get your eyebrows maintained and groomed. Fuck.
There's like some Fox News anchor I remember seeing years ago. Don't ask me what his name was, but I just remember like all the times like his eyebrows would distract me because of like you're watching him when he's talking and all of a sudden his eyebrows is just like they're so like razor sharp, perfect. Like I'm like, who the fuck does this bastard pay to do his eyebrows? Because man, he has got like the most perfectly maintained eyebrows, and it's just like he's got pretty girl eyebrows.
That's great.
I love it. Someday he's running around dressed like I am right now. And I'm going to state this. While I was putting on makeup, I was singing to myself Sweet Transvestite.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say, I'm so pretty.
No, I was singing Sweet Transvestite to
I'll sing
myself.
that later before I take the makeup off.
Yeah. Ron's a transvestite today. Well, I kind of am too, in a way. Like, you know.
Transvestite.
That's right.
I just love every time
I'm trans from another man.
It's not been many times that I've seen you in that, but I love seeing you in that every time. It's such a fucking hilarious, by the way.
It is funny. It's like super funny.
I almost feel like I said the last time I wore this, the Wednesday Addams thing.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm in 8th grade again. Dark makeup. This is like my makeup look.
Right, yeah.
With like the dark eyeshadow and the red lips or like different colored lips. Red hair.
I know we did like costumes last year, but anticipating it this year got me excited. You know, giving me a reason to think about it. It's like, so we've got a couple more episodes to go, so it's like in October. It's like, holy shit, now, what have I got to do now, you know?
That's right.
I've done the Queen, I've done this.
I only got one more to go.
That's right. We do. Just one.
We have to talk about what to do about that.
Do our random surprise costumes.
Nah.
We can do random surprise costumes. It'll work out good.
So what the fuck else is up, ladies?
Oh, not a lot. I don't think anything. I've not had any funny Uber passengers in a while, and that's disappointing. I've had rather kind of boring, some, you know, or people like spilling their life story. I had one guy spilling his life story. It wasn't his life story. It was just his issues. Mom fell, going to a nursing home. They told me she was going to rehab. I'm going to be pissed off. I'm going to let somebody have it. It's like, well, if she's a sound piece of mind and she knows what the fuck she's doing, they're not going to call another adult to let them know where the adult they told is going. It's you're not her caretaker. She's her own person. They're going to tell her. So if you don't know, it's because your mom didn't tell you.
So since you are not joining Ariana this weekend, what are you getting into?
I am taking the boys to the Lewisburg. Taking them on the mine ride because they already went to the caves. I really like the caves though. They're like, I feel like it's a fair price, and it's probably, I don't even know.
The Lewisburg Haunted Caves is always entertaining because sometimes it's lame as shit and sometimes it's cool.
Well, I feel like a lot of times they don't get enough workers. They must have enough this year because they weren't taking any more, and Logan wasn't able to apply, and because he didn't apply because he was waiting, and I think he was a little intimidated about getting a job. But I told him, I was like, dude, you should go work the caves. Like, I think you would think it's fun.
But
they're a 45. They take forever to get through. It's because there's so many different paths, and then you got to go through this, and it's really cool. They take like 45 minutes. They're like the longest Halloween whatever haunted attraction. That's what they say. They're one of the longest. And at the same time, so they got the two attractions. They got the mine tours and the caves. They're all mines, so it's not even actual caves.
I've never done the mine tour, but
it's cool. Fun.
I've done the Lewisburg Caves a few times.
There's a lot of bats. Well, there's a lot of bats in the caves, but you can actually see the bats. They're just all hanging from the ceiling and shit.
Like the Lewisburg Caves was once was it like a limestone quarry or something like that?
Yeah.
And old school and not now, now where they just strip mine the shit out of it, and it just goes on and on forever.
I think the caves, is it number 1 in this country or something? It's it's up there, in the top 10 or something like that.
Because also it's the fact that there's no other attraction like it, because it's there are no haunted caves, but they call it the caves even though it's mines. But the thing that I like about it that I would absolutely love to really know, it's one of those things that they're that's where the base, the Air Force base, keeps alien spaceships and
they keep their bodies or something in some secret part of it or something.
I feel like. So it's not that I feel they have super alien everything, but I feel like they really do have top secret shit down there. But I think it would be guarded.
So for those who are not from the Southwest Ohio, not from our part of the world, we live near Wright Pat Air Force Base, which is located near Dayton, Ohio. Wright Pat Air Force Base is one of the places supposedly they took the bodies and the UFO from the old Roswell crash, and there's always been stories from around where so and so's worked at the base and his dad, his brother, somebody saw the alien bodies, shit like that, and the stories and legends continue to go on around here because Lewisburg Haunted Caves, it was a limestone quarry forever. Most of the courthouses and buildings around here that are built out of limestone, the limestone originally came from there, and as a result, there's probably 5-10 miles of caves under there. And there's stories that, basically, when they were done with the alien bodies from Wright Pat, they put them there, or, so-and-so seed company has a secret test lab that's, 2 or 3 miles underground so nothing gets out, that for all that sort of shit that's supposed to be in those caves. But my whole thing is, every time I go there, if it was anything like that, man, that place would have some kind of guards and not be run down redneck in the middle of the woods, I feel.
Right. And I also feel I don't know. And my thing of the caves is kind of there's all these supposed underground networks. It's I don't know if there's any, I don't know if I've found any actual, resources to where the shit's true. But there is this YouTuber that I follow, and he has mentioned, so he's not conspiracy theorist. He's about personal development and just bettering yourself basically. But he sometimes does mention certain things going on in the world, to somebody's, perspective. But he said he's talked firsthand to some nurse, or a friend of his talked firsthand to some nurse that has rescued multiple children from underground tunnels and shit. And is working with them as a psychologist. Well, so she's not a nurse. I think she's a psychologist. But the thing of it is, it's like those mines, how far down are they dug? And at any one point in time, could they be like part of that network if there was a network like that, you know?
The thing about stuff like that, if it's just a limestone cave for, harvesting limestone, because I had a geology class in college because they're like, hey, you need a science credit. I'm like, geology, because fuck it, it fits in my schedule.
Right.
When they do that shit, everything underground is all done in layers, so like, once they get to a certain depth where the limestone is, they're not going to keep going down. They're just going to keep going out and spreading. So it's not so much how deep, it's just how far in do they go,
Right. And so that's like where I'm kind of like, what is this? How is that? Whatever.
Man, we've been talking a lot. I'm getting thirsty.
Yes, I will open mine in just a second. There was something I was going to say, though. I don't know. Damn it. Who knows?
I don't know, but I remember hearing rumors about people like getting, like people being out in the woods around there and like getting interrogated, like why they were out there or whatever, like being taken into custody or something and interrogated. I heard plenty of rumors like that, so.
It was one of those.
Shocked me.
Like I said, it's one of those
weird shit in a.
You gotta wonder if it's because they're trying to keep people out of the caves from like looking for weird shit, or just because they're like, yo, fuckers, there's like 10 miles underground. You're going to fucking die walking around in the dark.
What the fuck are you doing? And I feel like that's like a big, like a drug trafficking area, because you're always hearing about busts, the semis.
Like the meth capital of the world.
Well, yeah, trying to bypass fucking 70, so they're getting on 40 and vice versa. And it's like they're getting totally busted for trafficking a lot of drugs. I feel like
a meth lab in that cave would be an interesting way to destroy all of Lewisburg.
It's really funny. So walking down my street, it's got an area that is so mine, you go down and there's like was at one time like a bunch of meth heads would go down into the road and fucking buy meth and shit from one of the people. And it dead ends into a really nice, like, gated fucking almost mansion. And that's not the meth place, but the other places were the meth places. But it's really funny because, like, there'd be, like, some little wooded areas, and it was just off of nowhere. Like, there were, like, beehive things, like, just, like, the hives, And it's like, why are they right there and not in a person's yard? And it's like, I'm walking, just seeing them kind of, like, in the ditch underneath some, like, bushes and trees and shit. And I'm like, I wonder if that's their little meth labs, like just like right here, right here, right here, right here. Because it's like, why is like the little bee, box there? And it's just like, I really don't think that they're. Like,
they're not gonna make a meth lab out of that, but they definitely like put the meth in there.
Right. I mean, I feel like, I don't know. There's something going on like that. I feel like that was trying to hide something. Because it's like, I don't know. I feel like if it was just something that people weren't going to be, that it wasn't not very much at all. I feel like that would, if it was something like it was old and not used, I feel like people would just ruin that shit, throw it in a bonfire, like, I don't know, people would just like do fucked up shit.
That's dark as fuck.
It is. It's like there's no fizziness to it too.
So I sent a bunch of pictures to Frances of a center outfit. And she commented on the last picture, one of you, and she says, "The cow is my mood."
The cow. So is Ariana the cow?
I had to look at the picture to see.
The cow picture on my wall.
This.
Oh, the cow is my mood. That's great. I absolutely love it because I was kind of like, who's the fucking cow? Which one of us is a cow?
Today it's me, darling.
This is Ronald's.
Just me.
Yours? No, mine's got lipstick on it. Wait, his probably does too.
No, I got the good lipstick that dried.
Oh, mine's not.
Because I remember I put him in a weird order because I moved it.
So if I'd had more time, I thought about like trying to half-ass draw a heart on my shoulder and put moss on it.
Like bourbon barrel.
It does, and I don't even know that it is a bourbon barrel.
Did you just grab and not pay attention? Or was it something you already had in the talk?
Oh shit.
It was like the thing that I saw, but I don't remember it being a bourbon barrel.
It's good.
Mm-hmm.
That is a very delicious bourbon.
Ooh.
It's very dark, very smooth, I could get in trouble.
I taste the other flavor. That's the rare flavor that I've never really seen in any other beers that we've ever had.
It has almost like a bitter undertaste or something. Like it's sweet. But there's like kind of a
Like
bitterness
almost maybe
to
a
it.
licoricey flavor. I don't know.
Is this lipstick on there? No. Maybe it is. Maybe not.
Ew.
Ew.
I see what you're saying though. I can kind of taste that a little bit.
I don't feel like there's a licorice flavor to it.
It's a high proof one, that's for sure.
It might be. There was one that I wish I picked up. Had I remembered that we were going to do this, I would have picked up one extra one. I'll probably just get it the next time I'm there. Because I would have brought that one instead of this, had I been able to pick it up today.
This is delicious. I'm enjoying it. And what is it? Not yet?
I'm trying to figure out.
I think I would be able to mark one of the flavors, but not the other.
I don't know, man. Go ahead.
So, this is a chocolate banana coconut mind flare.
Ooh. Okay, yeah.
See, I was thinking chocolate kind of, but...
Right, and I think that's very thrown by the banana flavor.
It's got kind of like a little Bengalsy looking zombie dude on it.
Mm-hmm. No, it's a Bengals mind flare. It's street side, so that's Cincy.
Most of the time when we've had banana flavor, it's not that great.
But I don't think we've ever had a banana flavor. That was my thing.
Banana flavor
We've had banana before.
Have we?
Yeah. It wasn't very good.
We've talked about banana flavor before.
Ew.
I think we had like a Arche one that was like salted caramel, banana, pudding, blah, blah, blah. It had like a bunch of different flavors in it.
I don't know. I feel like I remember the, was that one, the Hefeweizen? Does that have banana in it?
Yeah, not banana in it, but the Hefeweizen, the like yeast can make banana flavor.
There was one
like banana clove flavor.
Yeah, we had.
Yeah, that was nasty. But that was Wolfridge. There's been a couple times I've tried Wolfridge, and I fucking hate Wolfridge. And I feel like that was a shitty one. But this is a 12%. So
do the porn shot on that because that is an awesome thing.
I will. Blended Imperial Pastry Stout with chocolate, banana, and coconut. Mind Flare is a blended Imperial Pastry Stout sure to flay your brain. Made with absurd amounts of oats, crazy blends of crystal malts, and with barrel-aged, so it is barrel-aged pastry stout blended with, but it's not a bourbon barrel, it's just a barrel-aged pastry stout.
Just super thick with all the
blended with fresh brewed stouts in this delicious beverage for your favorite multi-dimensional being. I really like this. It was a $13.99
What's
beer.
the proof on it?
12.
No, yeah.
So, yeah, I feel like there was...
Glad we saved this for last.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
But it's really cool because there's like this weird 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Some like cryptic symbol shit.
Yes. So, I wonder...
Well, it's like a Cthulhu zombie looking guy, so... They're going for some like
there's like a 3-eyed football.
Like a Cthulhu 3-eyed football too.
So I'm going to take a picture of that. I want to know what that is.
Pork chop?
You can. Well, I will, but you can also do the.
This is what my sister-in-law sends me.
Hey, you want to stand up and do that for me? Oh, I love it. The kids' dinosaurs.
With my chunk in the way.
I'm making Ron do the bend over shot because I'm not bending over in front of his
chunk's
face.
on the camera here.
He's totally gonna. Oh my god.
There, is that better?
Oh my Jesus.
And here are the symbols. And since I'm standing up and it's hard to get up and sit down, I'm going to be right back. I'm going to take a trip to the bathroom.
Let's take a pee-pee. What are we going to do to his phone?
I don't know, he hasn't made it in there yet.
Man passes the beehive, don't miss.
My friend Lindsay was like, how you gonna like dress up for Ron? Like she said, you should just tell him we're dressing up like nerds. I was like, you would probably know what we're gonna do.
That's funny. Damn it, he put a pin on here and I was like, for some reason I was trying to put in like the pin from work. from my job. I don't work with Ron. Don't miss the... Let's see. Can we do that? You fat bitch.
Go, like, swipe it. No, like, swipe the...
Ah. Yeah. Then could we use the phone? You can swipe up. Oh, you can't use fingerprint. I mean, I guess we could call 911 and prank 911 on his phone. Stupid fuck. Dressing like nerds.
Oh, shit.
That's a good idea. Do.
So I feel like...
You feel like you're pretty?
No. Well, yes. I feel like if we were recording in my house, this would be a perfect time for the freaking Mormons to go knocking on my door.
That would be awesome. Oh, man.
Knocking on your door a lot?
Yeah.
I get Jehovah's Witness.
They've been Jehovah's, yes.
I don't get them. I mean, I feel like I've had Mormons. Last time, I've had Mormons here recently. I feel like... Is there like a certain Mormon sign or a Jehovah sign?
No, they just go missioning through the neighborhood.
No, I just mean, is there like a sign that was like would suggest that you're like a Jehovah Witness, or is there a sign that would suggest you're a Mormon? Because I would put both of them on my house and confuse them.
So typically, what I see in the summer is, because there's a church of each there in Piqua, but basically those guys get sent on mission work. And they have to go, proselytize for so long when they're on their mission when they're young. They literally just walk up and down the streets and look for anybody that happens to be out and say hey to them and go pimping. Like, they've pimped to me before when I was putting up Halloween decorations or just mowing the yard.
That's great.
And, I'm pretty sure if I'd have asked, they'd been like, sure, we'll help you. And you have to listen about the word or something.
I remember back when we were in school, and I think some Jehovah's tried to hit up our friend Erica's house, and I was over at Erica's house, and Erica was like, no, we worship Satan. And I was like, yeah, we worship Satan. We don't want to hear about God. And then they left, and Erica's mom was like, God damn it! She's like all pissed off and shit.
That sounds like something that we would have done.
It was great. I feel like the fun havoc that we wreaked upon people.
So, like, last night after
It's good times.
Last night...
We invented trolling. I don't think we really invented it, because
I think we may have.
I mean, we might have. But I feel like a lot of teenagers probably would have done that shit. It's like, I mean, like...
We were definitely the trolls in our neighborhood.
Yeah.
I'm not going to talk...
Kids are mouthy. They just always have been. But we were shitty.
So talking about kids and shit...
Though.
Talking about kids and shit doing stupid, weird things. One of my daughter's buddies, for some
I absolutely
reason,
love the English language, not to interrupt you, but I have to interrupt you because you do this every time. And you're like, one of my daughter's buddies. Like, how many daughters do you have?
One of my daughter buddies.
A buddy of my daughter's.
A friend of my daughter's. One of her many associates.
It fucks with me every time.
One of her many associate fuckwit, gamo weird ass, gamo freak ass weird sons of bitch friends.
I like the name Gamo.
Gamo freak ass weird sons of bitch friends she has. Does that make it better for you?
Yeah.
Has been for weeks periodically dropping off just boxes of spaghetti noodles on my porch. No fucking reason. And he's like, because it's funny. I'm like, all right, dude. Cool, Ethan. The fuck ever. And finally, after like the third box got dropped off, I was like, talked to Sarah and I'm like, so is this a hint they want me to make like fucking spaghetti? Because when Miles used to come over before I told him to go fuck off, I would make spaghetti and everybody said it was pretty good. She's like, I don't know. I'm like, fuck it. You know what? I'm doing a spaghetti night. And most of her friends, two are trans, one's gay, and some various combination thereof. Last night I had spaghetti night.
Spaghetti. I like it.
And had like my daughter and like 5 of her friends over there. I just made a shit ton of spaghetti for them with the noodles that Ethan's been dropping off. No really question about it, but after they all got done eating, I'm pretty sure they and my daughter walked off for a big...
orgy?
No, smoke. Big
A big orgy? I saw him do that. That's great.
smoke. And I was like, huh. I'm sure my daughter is definitely walking off with them, definitely smoking weed, but
that's cool.
Huh.
I really like it, the fact, like, I was going to say something, I forget what it was. But, I don't like that fact.
I enjoy, like, the fact that her friends, most of them bitch about their parents and talk about how horrible they are and how terrible and all this, and I'm just like, you know what, fuck it. You know, you're not getting killed, murdered, or anything like that, so, you know what, come on over, have fun, I'll make your stupid ass of spaghetti, I ain't going to judge any of you, you know.
I'm going to make your stupid ass of spaghetti, but I ain't going to judge any of you.
Not really.
I'm just going to call you stupid asses.
Well, there's a difference between calling them stupid asses and judging them.
Fair. I feel like it would be really funny.
Judging them would be, oh my god, you think you're a boy, you're a girl, oh my god, no. I got better shit to do than that.
I feel like it would have been really funny had you just cooked up all the spaghetti noodles and served them only spaghetti noodles and were like, nobody brought any sauce.
So, you know the real dumb part about that? The one kid... she is 14. Her mom is a big meth head, and she's living with her aunt.
What the fuck is wrong with all those kids' parents?
I don't know. Like, that's that one kid, and she is 14.
Your daughter adopts all the underdogs.
Yeah. This kid's 14.
No, it's not.
This kid's 14 and working at McDonald's and literally helping pay the bills for her family. Their family, whatever, because pronouns. This other kid, because she decided to go become he, like her parents, his parents, what have you, kicked him the fuck out of the house. So this kid's like 16,
Where's this
17.
Kid
with her boyfriend, his boyfriend, whatever.
Wow.
And it's like all these kids have all these fucking problems because their parents can't pull their heads out of their asses and just go, huh, so you want to go be a he? Oh, you know what? No. That's cool.
At the very least, with the parents being, like, if they weren't cool with it, they could just say, they're teenagers, it's a phase, and just fucking deal with it until, like, it either goes back to, like, oh, I don't want to do that anymore, or, you know, until they're an adult, and they're on their own, so it doesn't fucking matter, because they're doing their own thing, and they're fucking adults, so fuck them. You know,
I feel like doing that kind of shit for them when I can. Right. I feel it's cool because, you know...
At least somebody accepts them. Good for you, Ron.
I mean, seriously, you know? If I call it Spaghetti Night, it's funny, okay?
Well, you know,
they laugh too.
Right. Well, I mean, I feel like they realize that you're accepting and they're not, like, they're comfortable around you and they're comfortable be themselves because you're like, all right, guys, it's spaghetti night because you know what? The queen right here is cooking you guys spaghetti because, well, the rest of you guys are anything at all, you know, like, it works out. Like,
so Frances was over helping me put this on, like, while they were eating. She showed up. She does not like spaghetti. And
she doesn't like spaghetti. What's wrong with her?
Doesn't like spaghetti. Don't know.
I'm not big on it either.
I made spaghetti tonight.
So many fucking times.
It's a cheap ass.
I know.
But, like, we kept going into my room, adjusting the corset and, like, trying on different things to make it fit a little bit better. Yeah, so that was the thing.
That's great.
Did not walk out and traumatize them dressed like this, but...
You should have. Why the fuck not?
Yeah, you definitely should have.
I don't think they would have been traumatized. They'd have been like, dude, Sarah, your dad's trans? Cool. No way. Like, your dad's your mom? Awesome.
They've already seen pictures of me, and one of them has seen me as the queen, so...
Yes.
Last weekend when I was getting dressed, I walked out dressed as the queen, so...
That's awesome. I should have just had an impromptu drop-off. I forget what I did yesterday. It was not spaghetti night. I made some really good, the Cheetos macaroni and cheese. It was just a regular Cheetos macaroni and cheese, and it's like, it's too cheesy. So I had to dump some onion powder and some garlic powder, and it made it pretty good. And then some green beans and potatoes and this ham I had. That ham has been there for like a long time in the freezer, but it turned out really fucking good.
Sounds pretty damn good.
It was. It was like super easy to make, so I just throw shit in the crock pot, and I had Logan help me like chop up the potatoes and the green beans and shit. And
alright, I'm getting a professional to rate our Rocky outfits.
Oh, who's your professional?
Some
chick.
So the one of the chicks that's on my Facebook was from back in the day when I went to Rocky on dating all the time. Gotcha. Her name's Katie. She played Janet for fucking years. And
I'm sure I've fucking seen this. I didn't. You were so like social and like made friends with everybody there, and I know of 3 people, no 4 people, 5 people 5 people that I know of that I can actually name, and one that ever really talked to me. And I didn't talk to anybody else there.
See, Katie she played Janet for a long time, and like where I would sit at when they shot Janet, she would always fall on my lap because she decided that I was safe because, Because
you're not a fucking pervert that's going to grope her ass.
Yeah.
Right, because that would have happened there.
But, it's Katie, and she's been on my Facebook and been friends with her for fucking eons. She's actually I say it's hilarious, but it's funny. She's like our age, like 38, 40 or so. Yeah, her and her boyfriend she's been with for a long goddamn time, did something they didn't think was possible.
Have a kid?
About a year and a half ago, yeah. Katie had a heart attack just because she wasn't taking care of herself. About 33, 35.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Was she fucking doing coke?
I don't think so.
Is she fat as fuck?
She was bigger. She's a nurse. But she had...
Well, she could have been like fucking sucking down energy drinks, I guess.
But she had a heart attack, and then a few years ago she had a baby, and I was actually talking about, up until I got the tickets for the Evil Dead thing, meeting up with her and just playing catch up. I want to steal her baby because when I see...
I'm going to steal her baby.
Dude, when I see a friend that has a baby, I want to steal their baby. Because I like stealing babies. I don't want any more, but I like stealing them.
Francis, put out. You're well, I was going to say, she can't have any more because that's why Ron is only settling with his half of a vasectomy. Because he would totally go for the rest of the vasectomy if she still could have them.
I mean, that's
So
fair.
you need to knock somebody else up.
No.
Yeah.
No. I mean, are you off on their baby?
I was getting ready to say, no, I know. I was going to say, Ariana don't have any kids, so, you guys can have a kid. I was like, fuck that.
I'm good.
That's good times.
Have you seen how hairy I am? Do you want a hairy baby?
I mean, have you seen how hairy I am? I was a hairy baby.
Be popping out.
I remember hearing you were hairy. I don't think I remember hearing your mom say that.
My mom told me I had a hairy back when I was a baby.
I remember hearing you say that.
You know what happened if we had a baby?
It'd be like one of those.
I'd be a fucking werewolf.
No, it's got 2 options when it comes out. It's either go,
we're not having a baby.
or it's gonna pop out and go.
That's probably the one.
Some fucking
You're gonna
Chewbacca
have
shit.
a sideshow kid. Why not have it? You're gonna be like putting your baby in the sideshow. You're gonna be like, look at my little monkey baby. It's gonna be like those people that have like their facial this hair all over their body, and they're actually legit in the sideshow.
Oh my God, Rocky is amazing.
Yes. We gotta take a full picture. You taking a picture of the fucking cabinets. Hold on, let's get an actual. Didn't you take an actual picture?
Yeah, we're still recording.
I was gonna say, right? It's cool.
Let's do it after we.
You just had your ass in the thing. I was just gonna send.
That's cool.
I was just gonna send Katie something live because she's on there now.
That's all right because it's Katie.
It is.
So I was gonna say, the whole outfit is what cracks me up because it's like. It fits, but it's like so tight, and it's like, oh my God.
Oh, like this isn't tight. My back has been getting cut into.
I was laughing at that.
If I'm not sitting up like this,
You're comfortable?
Besides the garter belt thing falling down.
If I'm not sitting up like this is cutting into my back like to a point, man.
I'm wearing the Asian swimsuit sizes. It's a fucking large, but Jesus Christ, it is not a large.
Chuck.
That's a super good one.
Yeah, it was. I really like that one.
That was.
It's like a 4.5 or a 5. I don't know what I want to. Is it 5? Is it 5 material? Might be 4.5 material.
I'm going with a 4 just because I couldn't drink more than one. If I drank, I couldn't drink more than one of those. If I had two, if I had more than one, it'd just be too much.
You think 4.5?
Yeah. All you need is a 12%. It's literally like, so that's a beer and a half size-wise.
I think I'm going to go 5 on this one.
Really?
I think so.
Wow.
Yeah. It's up there.
What's
So
this shit called?
It's Street Side Mind Flayer.
Mind Flayer.
So it's a beer and a half size. So that's literally 3 beers, but 3 6% beers. That's what I call that. So that's 3 beers. Like literally, you drink 2 of those, you're drinking a 6-pack, and you're drinking it really fast. Yes. It was super good. I like it.
Well.
I really want another one. I got to work tomorrow. It's fucking 7 a.m. Come on.
That's later than I
was
have
going to say, Ariana has to get up super fucking early.
Fucking losers. I don't got to be there till 8.
Damn, I got to be there at fucking 7. I got to be like...
I got to be there at 6.
I got to be there for fucking 12 hours.
Oh, I don't have to do 12 hours.
I got to lift fatties.
I don't do that either.
I don't even know who I have to fucking
lift
work
things,
with.
just not fat fatties.
I know, it's just the worst. Fat people.
I know who I have to work with, and I'm cool with that.
I don't, so I never look at the fucking schedule. Everybody will look at the schedule to see who's on that day, and they're like trying to guess who they're with, or they might call in to see who they're with. Not me. I don't even want to fucking know who's dispatching tomorrow.
When you get there?
Yeah, I don't want to know a single fucking thing about it because I don't want to ruin my night before going to bed, or I don't want to see who's dispatched and be like, I fucking hate it when they
dispatch. You just get to work and you're like, God damn it, I have to deal with this bitch.
I'm not ruining my fucking night. I don't want to have nightmares about it. I don't want to be having like some bullshit. I don't want to like fucking lose sleep because I'm like,
I get that.
You know, that's why people probably call off. They're like, God, I got to work a 12-hour shift and I got to do this, or I got to work a 24-hour shift. Fuck that. I'm calling off.
Like when you have to work with the same asshole every single day and you know you have to go into
that's easy though.
Totally get that.
That's if you got to work with the same asshole every day. That's easy because you can develop like
coping mechanisms.
Yeah, absolutely. Or
I don't know. It depends on the asshole to me.
But it's like, you know, you like if you have a really badass partner, like you're like, woo! I can't wait to show up to work. You know, like the one day I got home from work, and I was in a super good mood, and I was like, I worked with this person I never worked before, and she was fucking awesome. Like, you know, like she was the one that was going to all the stores and wanted to buy flowers, and well, not flowers, but plants, and she was like giving me like little plant pieces, and she's like, I'm gonna bring some more in for you, I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna do that, and I'm like, fuck yeah. And we had a lot of shit in common when we were talking. It was like really awesome. I'm like, I had a really fucking good day. And he's like, man, I can tell you're having a really good day. Larry said that. And I was like, it was a really good day at work. Like, the day fucking flew by. Like, I had an accountable partner, you know, but they were, like, talkative, but not too talkative. They weren't pissing me off. They didn't annoy me by the end of the shift. It was, like, that perfect vibe. And then, like, the next day that I worked with a dude that was accountable, and I was like, like, he just talked about work. And it was like, okay, you know, we're just talking about work, and he can carry on a conversation, but it's like, I don't want to talk about work when I'm at work. I want to try to like avoid. I'm trying to disassociate from work.
I get that.
Like just don't have a conversation about work at work. Come on, I've already bitched enough about this with people. I'm fucking done.
See, my work, if nothing's broken, people pretty much leave me the fuck alone.
Right, it's your job to fix shit, dude.
Like today, I had this guy from the remote site call. And apparently he's like, why do I keep getting locked out? He's logging into like every computer in this lab at once. And I'm like, you're not allowed to do that. Why? Because everybody needs to use their own fucking login.
That's why it probably locks. I was kind of wondering that when you were telling me that earlier.
And you know, if you're not IT, you're only allowed to log into so many computers at once before it says, fuck you, nobody.
Right. It's like,
He was like, literally, well, I'm giving everybody my password. Dude, no. Well, they can't. He's like, they can't remember their own password. I'm like, but they can remember yours. Yeah, because I give it to them.
That's so fucking stupid.
And I'm just like, dude, finally, after this conversation of like circular logic with him, I'm like, you're not allowed to do that. I was like, okay, look, fine. I'm going to have to take this. I'm going to take this to the freaking site GM, and I'm just going to report him and tell him what? No. You can't take this to the main manager. Sure, I will.
He's staring at me more.
Did you just safety pin like a lace napkin thing to your head?
I was wondering that earlier.
I was like,
it's the closest thing I had.
I thought maybe it came with like the apron, and I'm looking at that. I'm like, that looks like a fucking napkin. It's a doily or something.
I'm just amused that your strap popping off your titties can't be contained, and she's wearing napkins on her head. No, I'm just thinking about that.
Just safety pin the toilet too.
I did.
Well, I'm just thinking about it's a napkin and like that callback. Hey, Scotty, where's the sanitary napkin go? And he puts it on his crotch.
That's great. I love it.
See, I had an Amazon order. I didn't think of it until Saturday night, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna order this shit real quick, and hopefully it'll be there in time. And I ordered it. It was like an apron and like one of the like the little things, you know, like came in a set. And then it was like, will be delivered October 25th. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
I just like the fact that it took me this long to fucking really. It looked good, you know.
Right?
I was like, it fucking makes sense.
It looks
like,
fucking great on camera.
Right? I'm like, I was like, oh, that makes, you know, it just all fucking fits together, and it made sense to me. And then I'm like, why does that look so weird? Like, that's not a fucking little hair thing or hat at all. It's a fucking doily napkin. That's it's a bunny.
Hoppity, 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 bunny.
What the fuck?
I was like, it was the only
Where
thing
did
I could
you get that?
I have no idea. I think it was my mom's or something. I don't know.
Don't you just love it how your mom gives you shit when you have a house and they're like cleaning? They're like, I know what I'm going to do. I'm just going to pawn this shit off on my kids. See if they want this shit.
Yeah, I'm not even sure where it came from.
That's fucking amazing.
What? You know what I've got to say? I'm going to try this and not fuck it up. How do you do? I see you've met my faithful handyman. He's just a little brought down because when you knocked,
He rang.
he thought you were the candy man. Don't get strung out by the way I look. Don't judge a book by its cover. I'm not much of a man, but by night of day, I'm one hell of a lover. I'm just a sweet transvestite from Piqua, Ohio.
I feel like
That's all you get.
it's really funny because you had to open that up for the lyrics. I'm like,
It's been a fucking minute. I was like sitting there thinking
I
about
was
that.
like, lame. You don't even fucking know the words. What the fuck?
Like when I was taking the piss earlier, I was like, shit, what are the lyrics? I blanked for a second.
I'm just a sweet
Transvestite. From transsexual.
From transsexual.
Piqua, Ohio.
Piquavania.
Cool, man.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't
So,
look as good now.
Have we had fun tonight, children's
Yeah.
ladies?
Better than I thought because I was like really not into it today.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was almost feeling that earlier. I was kind of like, I just want to have a day off. I'm not doing anything.
I know. I was like, I just want to lay in bed all day when I get home.
I feel like,
and
you
then
know-
I got home and I felt fine.
I feel like it was Mondays and I'm like the kid who's doing her like start her first day of job thing. It's like, I'd like to be there to help drive her to work and pick her up after, but it's just like,
Yeah, fuck you, bitch. Fuck you. You're
well,
an
it's just
adult.
like, you know what? This will work. We'll get this done early in the week, and then I can hopefully just run through, and the whole week will this will set the tone, you know.
Right.
And obviously, I put like a lot of work into this shit, so it's like I'm excited to see like everybody's reaction to me looking like a complete idiot or
Right.
fabulous.
And then for me, it's like, I think this is absolutely pathetic because I have to get up at 5:30 3 days in a row. And that's like how many people get up at that time or earlier on a regular basis? And I'm all like, my life is over. I have to do this for 2 weeks in a row. I can't fucking take
I get
it.
up at 4:30 all week long.
I can't do
I
that
used to
shit.
do that shit when
Oh
I was
my
at
God.
Honda, and it was just like now it's just like I get up at like 6:40. I could get up later, not actually have to get up to leave and just brush teeth and roll through. But it's like, ooh, I have time to sit down at the house and make and eat a breakfast.
See, that's why I get up at 4:30 because I like to chill before work. I like to sit down and have coffee and chill out a
I
little.
used to do that.
It used to be like when I was at Honda, I would love to stay up to like 11:30, and I just could not function getting up that early. And now it's just like, oh well, I'll get to bed about 11:30. I'll be cool.
If I just wanted to like get ready and go, I would probably have to get up at like 5.
Yeah.
I feel like I can't really remember. I mean, maybe I took my kids to my parents' house and then they came and like brought my kids to school or something. But I remember there for a while when I worked and I was in management and I was having to get up at I had to be to work by 8. So I would kind of like be there earlier, but I feel like I would get up I almost feel like I was getting up at 4, but I don't think I was. I wasn't getting up before Larry got up and left. I know I would get up after he got up and left, but there for a while I was like working out before work and I would have my coffee and I would just sit around and chill and fuck around. And that was like my thing. I really enjoyed doing that. But it's like, I had like an easy job at that point. And I just, it wasn't bad, but now it's like I just don't want to get up. I think that's part of my thing. I don't want to get up because it's like right around the time that Larry gets up and like I hate being up around people that I'm not going to be spending any amount of time. Like he's walking out the door as I'm getting up, and I do not want to I just don't want that thing. And it's like I just avoid people in the morning. Like, but if it's like my kids, I have to like have my I have to talk to my kids. I can't avoid them. And it's just like it's so I don't know. I don't want to fuck around with people and things in the morning, but it's like also I like to have my own little quiet time and do my thing, but I don't get to have that anymore because I don't want to get up that fucking early because I go to bed too fucking late.
I don't like talking to people in the morning either. When people start talking to me, I'm like, God damn it, shut up. The
coolest thing for me is that everybody there gets in at like 7 or 7:30. And when I get in at 8, there's like a big, like, you know, what they call gasoline garage or gasoline alley big meeting where everybody in the whole entire place is in that meeting. Anyone that's important.
Oh, so you're not there?
Hell no, I've never been invited to the meeting, and I don't want to be because I walk in, they're all in that meeting. I have a moment to sit down, and because the meeting usually is about 15, 20 minutes of me being in there. Sit down, fire up my computer, look at my emails, because people always email me shit they want, put in the tickets, I'll go, okay, I've got all these things to do today. And then they'll come out of the meeting, and then I start my day, and it's like, man, this is really fucking nice timing.
Fun times.
Now, I'm there like, you know, half hour after everybody leaves. I'm usually one of the last people out of the building. But it's still nice because, you know, banker's hours, basically. And if I don't take lunch, I can leave at 4 pretty much when everybody else does.
Oh, yeah. Good stuff.
So what have we learned today, children?
The Ron gets pissy when he can't find his fucking tights.
It's true. These would look much better in tights.
The hell exists in Spirit Halloween when in
That's horrible.
And the demons like 90s boy band music.
I don't know. I'm gonna say I've learned that this fucking wig has too much bullshit, and I should have shook it out because it's like I've been rubbing my eyes like a lot this episode.
I feel like I've been doing this.
It's right. Well, it's my eyes. I got something in my eyes from this stupid ass wig. It's like not cool, and it sucks. And
I've learned that we make a fine Rocky crew.
we do.
I suppose.
We look
I
good.
feel like we look good.
This fucking outfit, like right here, the number of times I've seen chicks go to Rocky and like not sport this kind of a top. They're like, you know, like when you ever see a chick Rocky, they're always wearing like, you know, like
a bra, and then like
yeah,
they're trying for it, but I don't think these existed back when we frequented.
But still, like I've been to plenty of Rockies since, and they never wear that kind of shit when there's female Rockies.
Yeah, when we went to the Rocky, the girl that was Rocky had like tape over her nipples.
Yeah. Which I guess you could have done that. That'd have been a whole different kind of an episode then.
Yeah, it would have, but the really funny thing about it is I would get pasties with nipples on them, so they would still be nipples.
That would be hilarious, and I would love to see
Just
that.
like your nipples.
Right, I mean, so like, it would be really great. You know, maybe sometime if I'm not, like, if I lose some weight and I get, like, I don't want a chiseled body, but if I get, like, you know, a decent body, I'm going to get, like, the gold pants. I would go to a Rocky somewhere, and if it's, like, warmer out, I'm going to do that.
You mean not like it's supposed to snow tonight?
Right. If it's, like, warmer out at some point, and we go, I'm going to get, like, I don't know how I'm going to do this, but I think I'm going to try to, like, I'm going to get your nipples. And I'm going to get, like, pasties of Ron's nipples, and I'm going to wear Ron's nipples over my nipples.
I bet you can get somebody to print something like that.
You could.
Get some.
Well, so I bought
it's just
this.
Stickers.
I bought this, like, little silk screen thing. It was some years ago, and I tried using it, and it was just like, it kind of sucked, and I was like, nah, I'm not really into this, I don't want to do this. I wanted to make some shirts for myself, but I'm like, nah, I don't really like this. But the chick that I bought it off of, it was really cool because, like, she had a, that's what the first thing that she bought when she was doing, like, she started printing shit. And so when I went to her house to get it, she runs a business out of her house. And, like, she had all these stickers, and, like, it was funny because they were, like, in pairs, and I was like, this looks like they'd be, like, pasties. And I think that's what she did. So it's like, even at a very minimum, I can take a picture of Ron's nipples and be like, make some pasties out of this. You know, like I can figure it out. Like, you know, if she doesn't want to charge too much, and you know, then I could be like, well,
sticker
fuck it.
paper's cheap if you're just using sticker paper.
Right. You know, I could do it the right way. Like I could like put a bunch of tape over my nipples. That way it's like, you know, good and solid, and then just do the sticker paper and just be like, ta-da! Like,
$100 duct tape.
That'd be really fucking hilarious.
All right, so.
Right, go.
So, are we ready?
Well, did she say what she learned?
Yeah.
Did you say what you learned?
I think so.
I don't remember Ron learning anything.
Ron
I honestly don't remember what you learned.
How drunk are you?
Spirit Halloween being hell.
Ah, yes. No, I'm not really drunk. It's just.
I think I learned that like this outfit works great for Rocky, and like they need to wear chicks that do Rocky, specifically the character, need to get shit like that.
That tickles, but it's awesome because it's funny feeling.
So.
The
StrobingButtplug.com. Like, subscribe, share. Movies!
Ass and titties.
Ass and titties.